Hello everyone and welcome back to Silent Hill F. Today I'm going to be playing with some live commentary upon request. We're still going to be doing Ending 4, which is supposedly the true ending. So you could see here all of the requirements, complete 2 different full endings I've already done, didn't take the red capsules, purified the secret sword, and offered the brooch. Now, I'm not exactly sure how to offer the brooch, but I know that there's a secret statue that we need to offer it later on in the game, so I'm going to keep my eyes out for it. I've heard it's quite easy to miss. Oh, right into a cutscene. I was wondering what that promise was. I think it might just be to stay true to herself, maybe. No matter what kind of happens, she'll always kind of stick to her morals and values of not ending up like her sister. I always forget to drop down here. So everything is the same so far with the other endings that I've played, including the very first one. So it'll be cool to see how exactly this will be different. A lot of dense fog again. interesting that just a lot of the lore that you find in the first time that you play through and even the second, a lot of it is talking about the fox's wedding and this kind of merging of foxes and humans for some reason. It never really goes into why it matters so much, but it's almost like a human is selected to then be with a fox spirit, and that does something. It'd be interesting to kind of look into that a little bit more, but it's not explained very well. It might be just more traditional Japanese culture that they just don't talk about it too much and you have to do your own research, but it's still interesting nonetheless. Okay, so this is our first puzzle. It seems like it's the same. Let's see if I can actually remember how to do it. Sage East. So in here what we're looking for is those kind of symbols. So that to me looks like bamboo. So I'm just going to put that there for now. This one we have a flower, which I believe is the chrysanthemum. The east. This one's under a leaf. That there for now. Just gonna examine all of these. Try and remember what we're working with. It kind of looks like a bonsai-esque tree. I'm gonna look this up real quick. These are just words that I'm not too familiar with since it's, again, something from Japan. So let's see, kudzu. Fast-growing invasive vine. Spread by a leader of the people was wood to pine. Plume love it. They're extending under. Okay. So that I would presume is a vine. Okay. Was at the center of the group. Was wed to bamboo. Okay. This one. Okay, switch these. There we go.
be so reckless. You should take better care of yourself.
Thanks.
Shall we get going? Hinako. What's wrong? This way.
What's that?
So this area is fairly important to remember. We'll see it again. We'll see it again at the very end of the game, right before we face the final boss. And this is just getting started with our second puzzle. Does not make too much sense right now. But we will be getting clues later, so I'm going to hold off on that. So this is what the statues are all throughout the town. This is what people are worshipping. This kind of fox with some kind of dressing on it, some red cloak.
Seems like it's locked from the other side.
There are a lot of things that you can miss very easily in this section. It's meant to really turn you around. So I'll do my best to kind of keep on track.
Wait, what's this shrine?
I have prepared a key for you. This way.
I guess I better follow him.
Every time I try and do that to see if it's different, there's not really a way in the game to not listen to him. We see a lot of the dolls that she has throughout her childhood, the one in the red dress, is telling her not to trust the fox, but there's no actual way to defy him. Or red capsules.
Wait a minute. I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Just gonna walk around and see if I find anything else in this close area. Doesn't look like it, so we're gonna see if I get anything. Does not look like it. I might have enough. I think I'm gonna hold out for increasing my I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that word. It's my like special abilities that I get, and I'd like to increase that slot if I can. I'll go over to the current ones that I have just to show you what I am working with. So right now I have the spider one, greatly decreases weapon durability consumption from performing light attacks, increases max health, slightly restores health after defeating an enemy, and greatly decreases the amount of stamina consumed while sprinting in fights. These have definitely been the most helpful. I've kind of tested each of them, and with my specific gameplay style, I definitely like to have those. These don't really lead anywhere. I just like to go on them just to make sure if anything changes.
What's this doing here?
And then this is the puzzle that we have. Again, it looks similar to what it was on Lost in the Fog previously. These guys are actually blind, as you would probably suspect since they have no eyes. But that makes it kind of easy to get by them. Fortunately, I missed that one. I missed that one. It's alright. It's not like I've already played the game like 3 times. we go. Well, not my best work, but that's okay. We'll get back into the swing of it. So, now that we have this clue, what we're looking for is what kind of matches the descriptions of all of these. So there's only one that should apply. There's going to be 3 different sections, so each will have their own. Usually it's fairly easy to point them out. For example, this one looks a little bit different.
Seems right. Better look for more.
We're just gonna sneak past that guy for now. So, essentially what we're looking for is more of those areas. So we actually need to go back here. See if we can find, oh, we need to go a little bit farther. Another one of these boxes. And I've already gotten that from a previous ending, so that's why there's nothing in there now. Oops. These guys will pop out. And there's really no need to kill them, but it makes it easier later on when you're just walking around. You really don't want them kind of always following you. And that's especially true for the bigger guys. The ones that we just encountered with no face. They're very fast and will catch up to you quite fast, so you definitely don't want to keep them close to you, because they will catch up, and I don't know if they have any limits in terms of how far they can go outside their zone. I know these guys, sometimes you can get just far enough away from them for them to stop attacking you, but again, I'd rather not risk it. Wow, you just went like all the way up there. Fortunately, I ran out of stamina on that one. Alright, one down. Oh shoot, I thought it was just out of range. There we go. Perfect. And these ones I just run by. They're very slow. usually, not even this area, I'll just run right past them because although I'm not using a weapon of my own that can break, it is a good habit to have because your weapons will very easily lose their durability. We're just gonna stop here for a second. Hopefully he doesn't sense me. Oh, come on. Alright. Will at least give us a second to look at our map and see where we might need to go again. I'm thinking we have to go back here because this area should have another one. So actually, need to go back here anyway, I believe. So, you know what? It ends up working out. Looks like we got another guy. Not sure if this was the one on the bridge from before or a different one. There's a couple that just kind of roam the area. Fortunately, this is kind of a bad area to do this in. Ah, didn't give me the red. Sometimes it's really good, other times it's kind of annoying. The red never really appears. Like that. It makes it difficult to do the bigger moves. Oh, there it goes. Sorry about that. Forget my camera turns off at kind of a weird time. Pretty much all that happened was I defeated that monster and I walked like 10 feet to this next save. So we're gonna do a quick save here and then move on. We found one of the potential combinations. I believe that was the one with legs, yes. So that's the yokai. So it looks like we got another one up here. Got my lantern just so I could see. See, that's probably leading back to the area that we have to do at the, yes, at the very end. Thought I saw something. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary there. Oh. I almost missed this one. So that should be the head. I'm not familiar with that name. Although I'm not very good with names, so honestly I probably could be just forgetting, but that name does not mean anything at the moment. It's more divine water, it's always good to have just in case. Now there's also a secret here and I just want to make sure I don't miss it. Ooh, hello. Where are you coming from? Ah, there you are. Again, why does it not give me that red flash? It's quite annoying. Alright, not too bad though. Open up this guy here. It should be the last one that we need. It looks like we've covered other areas. So that is our last one right there, that pyramid. But, like I said, there's a secret. And I don't know if there actually is the secret again. That's something that I haven't really tested. It might actually just be a one-time thing, since I already have it. Just to be on the safe side, though. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. Okay. So let's see. Oh, bandage. Good thing I didn't miss that. That should just be where this save is. Yes, okay. Unless it's this too. It's so easy to miss these small objects. Okay. So what we're looking at is this right here.
Time to try that lock.
Alrighty, so now we have all the different potential codes. So now we just simply need to make it back to the big door. Preferably would like to do that without facing another one of these, but looks like that is not going to happen. Too bad. Just gonna switch back to my lantern so it's a little bit easier to see. Alrighty. Don't think there's anything in these areas. Ah, this is actually the wrong area, unfortunately. I need to go over here. Forget, that's the final step that we have to do. At least we're not going to run into any monsters, which is nice. It's definitely a lot more difficult on Lost in the Fog. I mean, obviously it's a harder difficulty, but the enemies in general are just a lot easier to take down. Alrighty. Make sure not to take that. Alright. So I actually know what the combination is, or at least I know the solution, so I'm gonna take about a 10-second break if you want to pause it and try and figure out the puzzle yourself. And then we'll get back to it. Alrighty, so this one, the first time that I played it, I didn't understand anything. I was looking at the symbols themselves to see if there's like arms coming out of it, counting the number of arms, seeing if anything related to this, talking about the yokai of the carriage, the yokai of the umbrella and the kettle, and then talking about removing their heads, their arms, their legs. So what is actually key with this puzzle is the actual images themselves. So like I said before, when we were picking out the images, what makes them stand out is related to, for example, the carriage and their heads. So you can see over on the far right, we have the 2 heads. So if we're counting that 2 heads, it's the second symbol. So we're looking at that circle one, which is this right here. Then if we're looking at the yokai of the umbrella, their arms, in that picture it looks like they have 4 arms. So we're going to go to the 4th symbol, which is a circle with the 3 different lines coming out of the center, which is that one right there. And finally the yokai of the kettle, which is their legs, and it looks like they have 3. So again, the 3rd symbol looks like a snake. And that's going to be that one right there. Okay, so now we have the key.
So you accept my gift. I fashioned this key from mystic jade. Especially for you.
Especially for me.
Once you insert that key into the Inari statue,
Really not a good way to get out of here. Keep thinking he's gonna do the other move first, like that. Oh, bad timing. There we go, still got it. Ah. Should be close. There we go. Okay, we need to get up there, so I need to go straight. Whew, good save. Close. Oh, that's not good. I'll take that just to be on the safe side. There you go. I knew it was pretty close. It's definitely tough because this area on the bottom left, you can see my sanity is completely drained, and when it's like that, I lose health even more when I'm hit. So you always want to keep that up, but in this area, I typically don't do that. It's kind of a waste of resources because it's just going to continue to deplete my sanity at a very fast rate. And so I'd much rather save that for a more important time.
of course. Today you are most welcome. We must continue on ahead. Shall we rest first?
I'm okay. I think.
Tell me if you need a break. Now then, onward. You okay? Talk to me! Thank goodness. Well, you never have been one to go down without a fight.
You're alive.
So, where's Sakako? What is happening? Soul left in town. Some kind of terrible dream?
Monsters around every corner. It's one nightmare after another.
Still then. Even if no one else is left in this world, it's good to know you're still around.
Wait, what about Rinko?
She just said she needed to talk to me about something.
Rinko is supposed to be with you. How do we know if she's alright?
Oh. Sorry. I guess I was confused. We all got split up and ran off. I haven't seen Rinko since.
But where would she even go at a time like this?
Maybe she went home. Let's go find her. Partner. What's wrong? Keep up, or I'll leave you behind.
Alright, I need to focus. I need to find Rinko.
And with that, I think I'm going to stop for today, but some very interesting developments. It seems like it's still the same from the other endings that I've done, but just the important thing to note is how prominent the doll is in the later endings. We see it a lot more, and it's not very clear what exactly it represents, but in my opinion, a theory is that it's just trying to remind her of her innocence, trying to remind her that she's still her own individual person and she's not forced into someone else's hands, and that's all she is just another housewife. So we'll see if that's actually the case, if that maybe explains a little bit better later on, but that's just my guess. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this was part 2. See you in the next one. Bye!